what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Music Sucks and I Want to Die. My name's Jake.
I am Matt.
And today we have a very special guest who's already laughing at the name of our podcast, so that's a good sign.
I don't know. Maybe
so, ladies and gentlemen, we have
close to home. It hits close to home.
that's the whole point, man. The life of the gigging musician.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
special guest today.
yeah, we have a special guest today. His name is Ty Bailie, and he's super rad. Ty, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Super Rad kind of covers some of the
Oh, yeah,
places.
cool. Moving on.
Yeah, next
Show
time.
up.
Good interview.
All right, moving on. No, I mean, I'm a keyboard player, B3 player, music director. I'm Nashville based, but I'm from Washington State. That's my home there in Eastern Washington. And I've just been a gigging musician, touring guy for a lot of years now, and still seemingly somehow doing it. So that's me.
That's the inspiration we need. So you're from a pretty small town in Eastern Washington, is that right?
Yeah, you could call it a town. I'm about 5 miles outside of Mesa, Washington, which is population, I think it's 300.
Oh, word.
So, okay, yes.
Yeah, I grew up on my family's all hay farmers, so I grew up on a farm out there in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, cool. And you started playing music over there? And
Yeah, my grandma had a piano, and that's kind of what kicked the whole damn thing off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, both my grandmas had pianos and would play, and so yeah, I just would sit down at that piano and zone out for hours, and my parents thought something was wrong, and they were right.
Yeah, look, exactly. Look where we are now.
Yeah.
cool. And then your first move then was to Seattle at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. So
moved to Seattle in
what
about
spurred that?
2000.
Yeah. What brought you there? I guess just proximity, big city.
It was the nearest city. At that point, I was a high school dropout. I wasn't really going to go to like a fancy, I wasn't going to the UW or anything like that. But I did kind of get accepted into Cornish.
Oh, okay.
So I hopped over there to go to Cornish. I wanted to study with a jazz pianist named Dave Peck.
Yeah.
Still teaching there.
Not for a while.
Definitely not. No.
Not for a
Not
while.
for a while. Yeah.
No,
boy, I dated myself on that. But I used to listen to this jazz radio station. The Jim Wilkie show would come, and I'd be able to hear that when I was out, baling hay on the tractor.
Oh, okay.
And he played, Dave Peck trio, and I was like, I like this. Why don't I move to a city and try to do this?
Oh,
So
That's there it is. The young small town dream right there, right?
Yeah. Just didn't know any better at all.
Yep.
that's so funny. I think we've uttered that same
I
sentence like
think we
5
did.
times.
Yes. We're both from
Yeah.
kind of small towns that went to Cornish as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there you go.
Yeah, I grew up in
Whereabouts?
Coopville.
Coopville. Where the heck's that?
That's exactly. It's actually on Whidbey Island, which has big
okay.
cities in it.
Yeah.
Oak Harbor's like 10 miles to the north. It's got 20,000. Langley to the south, where all the rich people are, has like 4,000 or 5,000. And Coopville is farmland in the middle with like 1,200 maybe. So pretty much the big metropolis compared to Mesa.
Wow. Yeah. Fantastic.
So I'm a big city boy, really.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting that vibe.
My city's not that small. Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Eugene. Let's go,
yeah.
Eugene.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that small or all, but it's not a Seattle.
Played many unattended shows in Eugene.
I 100% believe that.
Hey, how many unattended shows have you played in Eugene last month?
All of them?
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Cool. So you're at Cornish. Did you do all 4 years there, or did you kind of just
Absolutely
study?
not. No.
Cool.
I did. I absolutely not. No, I barely made a year, and then dropped out. But then I got hired to like play on like kind of like on the vocal classes and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I stuck around. Yeah, so I hung around for a few years and did that. Just being jazz piano guy around town, and so my college experience was kind of hanging around Cornish, not really as a student, but I was still absorbing as much as I could.
Yeah, playing with everybody and all that.
Playing with everybody and still taking private lessons from the pianists I wanted to learn from.
Okay. And
Nice.
was jazz sort of the big thing you wanted this whole time, or were you just kind of in and out of that?
Yeah, I
or-
mean, like that was the first thing I kind of fell in love with. I got really lucky in Eastern Washington. A jazz pianist named Steve Haberman from New York, studied with, he would go to take lessons and Bill Evans would be passed out on like the couch,
Oh my God.
Nice.
and then but most of his career was like in LA, and at some point him and his girlfriend they were like, we got to get out of LA, and they just wanted to move to the middle of nowhere and pointed at a map, and it was kind of out by my farm there.
Oh, shit. All right.
So I got lucky, yeah. So I met him when I was 16, and it's the first Jewish person I ever met, first showbiz guy I ever met. Yeah, it was wild. And and he took me under his wing, and So I had kind of like a jazz background from him.
Okay,
and,
cool.
So jazz was kind of happening, and careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna move to the city, be a jazz pianist. Like, now I'm a jazz pianist. Uh-oh.
What's that quote that band always has?
Oh, yeah, careful what you get good at. Yeah.
Yeah, careful. I don't know if I ever got good at it. But careful what you were kind of paying rent with.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's been a few years at this point, but any just sort of recollections on the scene, playing those years, anything? Or is it just
in
sort
Seattle?
of... Yeah. Was it just sort of like making rent and calling it a day, or...
Well, I mean, it was also news and exciting, just coming from a farm and just being around, other students that I met there at Cornish were from all over the country and world, and just kind of seeing a peek into different cultures and different ways of thinking about music, and it was very creative, very heady times. I mean, I remember my first combo class. I was really kind of into like guys like, Gene Harrison, Benny Green, and Oscar Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
I took like a, kind of like a swing and blues solo, and the teacher came up behind me and said, "I'm going to get real sick of that blues shit real quick."
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, okay, so we don't do that here. And played a lot of really creative music that was exciting to play and completely unmarketable to anybody on the planet.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, sure does.
So at some point, then the next step was LA. Is that right? After?
I was in Seattle up until about 2012, and at some point I bought a Hammond organ and started playing in rock bands, and then started touring, and I was like, oh, this is fun. You mean people will take me around the world to do this? I like this.
Interesting.
And so I kind of fell into that, and I was playing with I don't know, I was kind of in a rut in Seattle. I was playing with some of the Pearl Jam guys and their side projects. And
that's cool.
I was kind of like rock star side guy, and I was playing in Paul Allen's band. Paul started Microsoft. Bill Gates kind of infamously had a band. I was just like, well, what do I do from here? Because LA's pretty intoxicating. You go down there and the sun's shining. It smells really nice.
It's a little different than Seattle.
A little different than Seattle.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was just, and just like, what the hell? I needed to change it up. And so, I moved to Los Angeles in about 2013, I think it was.
Okay, so you already had some kind of connections just from Seattle area?
Not at all.
Oh, not at all. You went blind.
I had connections, but I didn't hit any of them up for the most part. I hit a few of them up, but really I was more... LA's made for you to just show up.
Interesting. Okay.
And you, at least it used to be. I don't know what now post-COVID, but the LA dream is you show up and you do your thing, and hopefully somebody gives a shit.
Got it.
And maybe that'll it'll open up some doors for you. But I just went to LA and just started going to jam sessions and meeting players.
Okay, interesting.
And, musicians were pretty good at just hanging, I mean, we can go somewhere and oh, you play great. What's your name? Yeah, let's hang out. Let's jam. And then it's pretty easy to make friends as a musician, to be honest, is what I found.
Seems like LA maybe is a little more social in the musicians.
Yeah, it is. I'll be honest with you. It is. Seattle, it took a while to make friends and get anything going. And it might be just because I was young. It also might just be because Seattle's, it's its own little thing up there. It's its own little microcosm.
Sure.
And it's wonderful, and some of the best musicians you'll ever see are there. But it's a little isolated just geographically compared to other places in the country, and it's a little insular, and people are protective of what they have there, and rightly so.
Sure.
But LA's meant to just people come and go all day, every day. It's just a machine. So and everybody kind of moves to LA to do something. Whether it's to create something or to make it big or whatever it is, everybody kind of everybody's there to do something. Maybe that something is to just waste everybody's time, but you can sniff that out pretty quick.
Good advice. Okay. Okay.
But don't get me wrong. Seattle's fantastic. Some of my best friends that I'll ever have still live there and kick ass and play music, and Seattle's great. But as far as just career stuff goes, LA's much faster.
Got it. Okay. Well, so somehow you went from showing up at jam sessions, meeting people, to playing with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So maybe outline that a little. I guess it seems like a big jump.
Okay. Well,
but,
I mean, so the story was pretty simple. I got down to LA. I had a van and a B3, and nobody was really hauling a B3 around and playing gigs. And so I found some guys, and we started playing a regular Monday thing in Hollywood there, just like a greasy B3 trio thing at a cool club. And that caught it turned into a musician hang. It was pretty cool. And that caught Katy's old keyboard player's attention. He would come and watch us, and I got to know him. And then he brought Katy's music director to watch me, and I met him.
Interesting.
And when the old keyboard player decided to quit, it got me an audition, and I went through the whole Los Angeles audition process. You know, you go into a big room in front of a camera, and you play 2 minutes of music, and you wait to get a call back. You get a call back. You come in the next day. You're in front of the artist and her entourage, and you play the same 2 minutes of music. They ask you questions, and you wait 2 weeks for them to make their decision. Then you have a week to learn a 2-hour show. You fly to Spain. You meet the band on stage. You have a sound check, and then you're on tour for a year.
Oh my God!
At some point during that, I would throw up multiple times. I think. That's
like,
nerve-wracking, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I'm like, how did I do that? But at the time I was like, it's like you get what you ask for. It's like, I'm going to move to LA, see what happens. Like, this is what's happening. Did I mean it or did I not? Am I gonna? Yeah, am I gonna take it seriously and kick ass, or am I just gonna melt and fade away? You know. So
I mean, I guess
I decided to kick ass.
I mean, getting the invite from her old keyboard player and music director probably helped a lot too.
Well,
as far as your nerves go.
Because she didn't. She probably cared a little bit, but no, Katy makes her own decisions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she saw a lot of people, and
sure.
And from what I gather, I played the best, and she liked my vibe.
Oh, nice, awesome, dude.
Now when you say
what I have to assume.
Now, when you say 2 minutes of music for this audition, what does that mean exactly? Did they have any like guidelines for this audition, or is it just like you play?
Yeah. I got sent materials and parts to learn that were already parts of the show, because I was coming in while a tour was already in process. So I was needing to come in and basically nail it right from the beginning, and not have any time to like feel it out or anything. I had to come in and like nail the parts. The sounds were already made. The arrangements were already there. I just had to come in and do what the other guy was doing.
Oh, okay.
Which is not easy, especially. So, yeah, it seems easy, but it was actually harder than just coming in and doing your thing. So I had 2 minutes of basically the show that had been going on, and coming in and playing those parts, in front of her. Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, that's so scary. But that's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely horrifying. But like, what else are you gonna do?
You're right. Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, totally.
You
do
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, are you still like playing with her, or was just like a limited time thing?
No, I snuck out. I was with Katy for over 5 years, and the last show was the night before COVID kind of shut everything down in Australia. We almost got trapped there, and then COVID hit. And that was a wonderful excuse to sneak out.
Was it just the big tours were kind of getting to you, or what was, or one do your own thing more?
No, I like the tours. She was moving on into like being a mom, and she was a judge on American Idol. Right. So like the touring was slowing down quite a bit, and it was going to move into a Vegas residency, which is going on right now.
Interesting.
And like I wasn't ready to go die in Vegas, And it was a wonderful situation. Got to travel the planet, doing amazing stuff, meeting amazing people, making friends. But like everything, you gotta move on. You gotta mix it up. Otherwise, people are funny. You can be unhappy with just the most amazing things going on around you.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
During this LA time too, I mean, I noticed your bio. You've played with the most famous of famous musicians. Was this a lot of the LA stuff, or you mostly just doing the Katy Perry thing there, and that came later? Or
no. I was doing all kinds of random stuff in LA.
Cool.
When I wasn't on tour with Katy. Yeah, I was active in the jazz scene there. Played at the Blue Whale a lot, which is a great club. R.I.P. Played at the Baked Potato quite a bit.
Oh, cool, nice.
Which is a famous place there. And just random sessions that would come up. I wasn't like totally into like the big deal studio scene, but yeah, there was always something going on that I was doing when I was off the road.
Okay, so that was kind of your whole life, was just on the road playing music or home playing music, huh?
Yeah, it was all music. Yeah, I
That's
didn't
cool.
have a side hustle or anything
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, I was able to make it work just playing music. Yeah.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anything about the LA stuff? Or?
Yeah. So back to when you had your B3 trio at this place in Hollywood. It seems like that. I guess something that doesn't happen here as much. I guess we briefly touched on this earlier. Is that it seems like you were kind of just almost like building a community there. You know what I mean? And it was like much more community focused, and that's kind of how word spreads and over there and here. I don't know how word spreads if it does.
Well, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, but like,
that's a good question. Well, again, like everybody's in LA to do something. So if somebody catches wind, oh, there's this cool band playing with a guy's hauling a B3 around. What? Let's go check this out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like 2013, 14, Los Angeles, like Hollywood's a disaster. But back in those days, it was kind of an exciting place for music. There was a lot of clubs going on, like the Piano Bar. I was playing a place called Sassafras. Hotel Cafe was down there. There was just kind of there's a lot of music going on at the time. So you can kind of bop around and go to club down there a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, community kind of built up around there. Other keyboard players got into playing B3 because of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I'm really proud of. Some guys have had some great careers just directly from that. And like, you know, Dr. Lonnie Smith would come and sit in.
Oh, no shit, really?
Like, yeah, he came in and sat in once because and like, it was a scene, man. And like, you know, celebrities would show up because it was Hollywood, and it was, you know, and some nights were just a total disaster of just like Hollywood douchery, but other nights were just like some of the best music. Yeah, it was just a really exciting time to be a musician in Los Angeles. And yeah, community definitely grew around it. And it helped that the two other guys in my trio, the drummer and the guitar player, were well-established musicians in Los Angeles.
Sure.
And were pretty beloved themselves. So yeah, I got really lucky. I found good guys and found a good place, and we did a thing. It was great.
That's great. Awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, so right before COVID, you said good a chance to escape, and you left LA and went to Nashville. Is that the next stop?
No. So, okay, short story long. So, my house burned down in Los Angeles in the wildfires.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well.
So that happened.
Yeah, okay.
So that happened, and we were living. My wife and I were living back behind Malibu in the Santa Monica Mountains. We had a cool little cabin back there that we loved, and we wanted to buy it. And then the fire came through, wiped it all out, and everything we owned. You know, but that happens. Hey, Los Angeles, man.
What do you mean that happens?
It's gonna get you. You're gonna have your highs and you're gonna have your lows.
Fair enough.
Like, seriously, you want a roller coaster? That's the place to live.
That's a pretty big low.
Yeah, so that was a low, but also like seeing the community come around and help out was pretty amazing too. So there was goods and bads about that. So that happened, and then COVID was a little bit after that, but. It was just kind of like, all right, we could take a hint. And my dad up on the family farm there needed help on the farm, got kind of injured and sick. So we moved back to the family farm, and I farmed all during COVID up in Washington State.
Oh, wow.
I went back to being a hay farmer and dealing with cattle. And
I feel like that might have been a nice little break though from the other life.
No, it was no, it was not. It was
terrible.
No, it was. It was 100-hour weeks. It was literally saving the family farm. We had some disasters up there, and I think I lost 20 pounds the first month. I had to get I wrecked my hands. I had to get hand surgery at the end of the first year on both hands. Yeah. So it was looking dark.
Yeah, not a good time. Got it. Okay.
Not a good time. But once music, it felt like music was kind of coming back. My wife and I was like, okay, let's get the farm. Farm is good. We did our job here. The farm is stable. We can leave it, and we just couldn't get excited about moving back to LA. It's something you kind of do once, you know.
Sure.
You need that adrenaline because like once you kind of know how it is and like how hard it is to find a place that you like and. And we'd always talked about living in Nashville because like the music every time I've been down here, I don't know, there's something about the city and the music that totally resonates with me. And so we were like, we're not going back to LA. Let's move to Nashville.
Okay.
And, so we've been here, we've been here over a year now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I do have to ask, and this as a guitar player, this might be more of a guitar perspective from what I like read online and everything, but like I constantly just read Nashville, like the most competitive music city, the hardest one to break into. Just everyone is an amazing player. Not that bad.
Yeah, no, everyone's an amazing player, but everybody's super friendly, man.
Oh, okay.
And like if you come down here with kind of like LA hustle energy and like I'm gonna be a big shot studio musician. Yeah, it's going to take about 10 years.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, but if that's what you do. But if you want to play on Broadway, no problem. You'll jump right into that.
Okay.
You want to get a touring gig? There's a lot of them. You can jump into that.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of them, but like, there's work down here. Everybody down here seems to be working just fine. Mm-hmm. There's incredible guitar players down here. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, but there's also room for individuals too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you come down here and like I'm going to be the best chicken picker telly player on the planet, it's like no, you're not. But, no, you're not. There's a couple guys here that are. But if you do your own thing and like kind of find your own niche and have something that people want, there's plenty of room for guitar players here.
Okay,
sure.
cool. Yeah. So what is sort of your like? What are you doing these days in Nashville? I guess, or when you first got there?
So what I've been doing this year is I've been playing and music directing for Joss Stone.
Oh shit!
British.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
British soul singer gal.
She's great. I love her voice.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Jesus.
She's incredible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've been working with her all year, doing some tours and a little stuff around. So that's been fantastic. I was touring with Tanya Tucker for a little bit there.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Oh shit. She's a legend.
a legend, and that was super fun. It was fun to like did that for a little bit. I'm going out. What have I been doing? Oh, I'm going to go play with Don Felder next week from the Eagles.
Yeah.
Going to go do a gig with him. But the main thing is, I feel there's more stuff going on too. Oh, lots of things in the work I can't talk about. The main thing, yeah. Next year could be interesting. But
okay.
Man, you weren't kidding about those NDAs, were you?
No,
He's like, no, it really wasn't.
I haven't said. Yeah, we're not at NDA stage on anything coming up. No.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't want to jinx anything. But
fair enough.
But I got a rip and B3 trio here now called Heavy Chevy with Pitar Yannick, who's plays with Corey Wong and is in the Volpet scene.
Oh yeah.
And a great guitar player named Adam McPhail, and we did the thing. We started a thing, kind of like a nightly thing here in a weekly thing here in Nashville, and people love it. So we're writing and gonna go and record an album here next month, and so that's really exciting. I love the band, and it's kind of cool, man. We found. One show I was looking out there and I saw 7 B3 players in the audience.
Nice.
So it's just like, so I'm like, all right, I think I'm doing something right. Guys are hanging. So I've completely found a community here, like right off the bat.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
And it's not just with country music, man. There's all kinds of really creative stuff going on in Nashville right now, and it's really exciting. It's a fantastic place to be right now.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
That
sounds pretty.
I mean, listeners. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, are you guys going to relocate? Like,
we've talked about that. We did a trip to LA. Was it last November?
Last November, yeah.
Just kind of check out the scene for.
Yeah, went to a couple jams.
It was that, and what you were saying rang true. Like everyone was very friendly and really eager to exchange Instagram and whatever and keep in touch. But personally, I have a problem with the heat.
Oh yeah, all right, Seattle guys.
Yeah. Okay, but like when you live in like the city with like the best climate in the history of planet Earth, like you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta take that in consideration a little bit.
I understand, but like, guys, the first year I moved to Seattle, it rained 170 days in a row.
So
that's great. I love it.
All right, maybe you guys are in the right place.
But no, I actually grew up in LA, or at least like the first 10 years of my life were in LA, and then I moved to Coopville at 10 to 18.
Okay.
So I can live in the climate and that stuff, but like it's hard for me. But like what you said kind of like helped me out a little bit. It was like you said that LA is kind of a place for you where you can just kind of show up. And when I'm thinking about all this time, it's like, should I move to LA? Should I move to LA? I don't have these things secure. Blah 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 blah. Blah. I don't have huge amount of contacts down there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like how would I do it? And it's just like you have to just go out there and do it.
You have to commit. You have to commit to it. and it's not. LA, you are what you say you are until proven otherwise. So,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and like there are plenty of people down there that'll kind of like waste your time, and not like I don't know, but like as far as musicians go, I've had a couple friends here in Nashville, younger musicians, kind of ask me about moving to LA, and they've since done it. Mm-hmm. And I've only had good things to say about it because, like in retrospect, LA's great if that's what you want to do. If you're young, and you think you should move there, you should probably move there.
Interesting.
Because otherwise, time's going to go by, and you're always going to wonder what would have happened. So
wow,
even if you go down there,
familiar.
You've probably heard this from many people, but
no, I've heard this from ourselves.
Yeah, this is just what we talk about.
But yeah, it's scary and it's dangerous. Like I was carjacked, and I had my van and B3 stolen once when I was out on tour. House burned down. What else happened? Lots of bad things happened. But then again, lots of good things happened.
Yeah,
I toured the world with one of the biggest pop stars ever, and.
Not many people can say that. So
I mean, like it's a roller coaster, man. But like, if you want to feel alive, go live in a shitty apartment in Van Nuys.
That's why I was looking for places in LA, and like I was on Craigslist or whatever, and literally the only places that were available were in fucking Van Nuys.
Yeah, man.
Something's never changing.
It's rough, man. It's super rough. Yeah, but that's God. and like listen, traffic's a thing.
Yep.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
You gotta, I don't know. Well, once you get there, you'll start. I don't know. The desperation sinks in really quick, and that's good energy to kind of work.
I guess
from.
that is the thing. Yeah, work or starve kind of thing, right?
Yeah. You got to do something down there. You can't just sit around.
Well,
and that's pretty good.
I feel maybe this might just be a post-COVID thing, but at this point, but Seattle does feel a little like stagnant in some ways in the music scene.
Although I felt that before. I think.
But especially COVID, a lot of venues closed down.
That's true. Yeah.
There's not that many clubs up anymore.
And LA's going through that too. A lot of clubs have closed, but there's other ones popping up. But like that's cyclical.
Sure.
It's that's just how it is. But like I have I've been to Seattle a couple times since COVID and. I can't really say, the Sea Monster's still there.
Yeah. Yep, and it's bigger.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they blew it out, and Andrew sold it. And
yep.
And you mentioned the Royal Room, and I don't know, man. Yeah, Seattle's changing a lot. There's a new Crocodile now.
Oh, that's right. I haven't been to that yet.
Me neither. Yeah.
I think. I mean, even if LA is closing venues, there's still probably 10 times the amount there than there are here.
It's just giant.
Yeah. So, you could say no to this, but Jake did want to geek out on keyboards a little bit.
Hey, keyboards!
Keyboards. First off, now the image is still just unbelievably blurry. But I think it's I don't know if your image is flipped, but on your right, what's the dual manual keyboard on your right or that your left? Then
the other one.
Oh, sorry. So that's a 62 Hammond B3 right there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. That's the one I haul out to gigs and stuff. But it's in the studio right now.
Also, do you know a guy named Ron Weinstein? I presume.
Of course. Come on, man.
Yeah, just checking.
Love Ron. Love Ron.
Yeah, dude, Ron's great.
He used to kick my ass at tennis like you wouldn't believe.
No shit.
Ron's
really good at tennis.
Is that like an organ player thing? Because Jake plays tennis.
I play tennis too. Yeah, I whoop some butt at tennis too. But
have you played Ron?
No, I've been to though.
Oh, he's got all that old man game. He'll run you around till you throw up.
Yeah, he'll just put it right where you don't want to go.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a giant nightmare. But tennis aside though, like he used to he still does haul that B3 around. So I'm like, God damn, why?
Well, dude, that's just okay. When I was in Seattle, there's like 5 guys doing it. Joe Dory was doing it. Ron Weinstein was doing it. Nathan Spicer was doing it. Delvon Lamar was doing it.
Yeah,
dude, I watched Delvon haul it into a jam session at the Allen Thistle. Just to play 2 songs.
Where the hell did he put it? It takes up half the restaurant.
I know, man. He rolled that in and played 2 songs and rolled it back out.
Oh my God.
Man, this is for me. But so that's just what we did in Seattle. We'd haul the B3 around and play in a bar, burn it down for $50 in beer.
Yeah, all right.
And so I moved out. Yeah, when I moved to LA, nobody was. There's best players in the world in LA, but nobody was hauling it around. And
Interesting.
And at Nashville, same thing. There's like one other guy who like hauls a B3 around. So it's still kind of a rare thing. But you drive a shitty van. You know how to get it in and out and onto a stage. It's what Cats did in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Good point. Good point.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, and like nothing sounds like it, man. You haul a B3 and a Leslie into a room, like
it commands the whole room.
Yeah, and like just the sound bouncing around. There's nothing like it. There's no other experience like it.
Pretty magic.
I believe in it, and I do it.
Yeah. No.
So I have a Hammond clone. I guess it's not Hammond. It's actually a small Italian company called GSI. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Not hip.
Yeah, but they're based. I think them and Crewmar are the same company. I'm sure you know Crewmar.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Crewmars are dope.
Yeah, Crewmar's dope. I have like basically what amounts to a Crewmar, and even that's heavy, and I complain about that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'd rather haul this B3 and Leslie around than like set up a bunch of keyboards with pedals and cables and stands. Like it's 4 things. It's a B3 Leslie bench, pedal board, and 2 cables. Like it's quicker to set up than like 2 Nords on a double keyboard stand with all the cables and stuff.
Okay,
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. But me and him used to run a prog band together, and back in the oldest days, before when I was very young and very not as lazy as I am now, I would set up 4 keyboards. And you're right, that took me forever.
It really did. Oh,
yeah,
that was most of the sound check. And the first couple minutes of the set was me setting up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, I was there too. I had a prog rock duo that I never did the same setup twice, but I always had at least 5 keyboards.
Jesus.
Pedal boards, and just like stupid MIDI this and that, and just dumb garbage.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
It was a fun band though, but again, it took a half hour to set up.
Yeah, really does.
At least, yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to ask?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So obviously Ty has some fun stuff coming up that we can't hear about, but where can people follow you when that does come up so they know what's happening?
Yeah, just I'm an old man, so I got an Instagram. So it's just my name.
It's so weird to hear that sentence.
Yeah,
dude. Instagram was so hip, like not even 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's
true.
It's moved. Things have moved on.
Yeah, apparently.
But like for musicians, it's still a great way to be in touch and connect and contact other people.
Totally. When we were in LA, like we said, everyone was just like, no phone numbers, all Instagram handles. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Extra. Yeah, and like quite frankly, when artists or MDs ask me to recommend people, they want to see Instagrams.
Interesting.
It's just like it's just a work portfolio. That's all it is.
Oh. That is a good bit of knowledge there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
because my Instagram is garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have a healthy relationship with it, but I just look at it as like a work portfolio.
Okay,
that's good
and
advice.
Like fun and like fun pictures of goats when I'm out on the farm.
Well, it should represent you as a whole person, not just an artist, right?
Yeah. Like, what's this guy's deal?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, too many keyboards and farm animals.
Isn't it great to hear life summed up like that? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, sweet. Well, we will post your Instagram when we post the episode. And then usually we do some rant or shout out now. So if anything you want to shout out or something that's been bugging you lately.
Yeah, music industry related.
Man, music. I mean, I just had a big. I'm not going to mention any names, but I was talking to somebody. It was looking pretty good. I was going to do this big kind of U.S. Canada arena tour for a couple months, and then just didn't hear anything about it, which is like totally normal.
Yeah,
totally normal. It happens. It's just part of. It's a lot of other industries too. It's not just the music industry.
Sure.
But if anything, it would be nice to get an email saying, "Hey, it's not happening." That's all.
You don't want to just clear your calendar out for months for no reason at all?
Well, I wasn't going to do that. It didn't get that far down.
Okay, that's good at least.
But it got far enough to where maybe I shouldn't accept this other thing.
Gotcha.
But it's not really a rant. I love my industry. I love the industry. I think it's brutal. I think it's wacky. I think it's ridiculous. But also the more you go at it, you never know what the next phone call is going to be, and it's hilarious sometimes.
I feel that, dude. I've never I've gotten random opportunities to the most random shit ever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, you never know. Like last weekend, I played a private party on a farm in the middle of Kentucky, and next weekend I'm going to go play Hotel California with the guy that wrote Hotel California. So it's just a weird. It's just weird, man. You just don't know what's around the corner. And I like it a lot.
The ad, yeah, that's oh man, that sounds great. Oh.
Yeah, it is fun playing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good industry. And honestly, like, I can't imagine having a 9-to-5 job. It's just like, it's insane to my brain now.
I couldn't do it, and like I'm not educated. I can't really do anything except drive tractor in this. So it beats farming. Whenever I get down on it, I'm like, well, I could be farming, which isn't bad. Farming's great, but
it's different. That's for sure.
This is easier.
I believe that. Definitely. Yeah. Sweet. Anything you wanted to rant or shout out, Jake?
Yeah. So I think I've been on the social media a little more lately, and throughout my Facebook scrolling experience, I keep popping up along the sponsored ad by Jordan Rudess. You know who Jordan Rudess is, I presume.
Oh yeah, I've met him. He's a nice guy, and like his playing is like, ooh.
Yeah,
he's got fast fingers.
Yeah,
fast fingers.
He's blazing for sure. But like this ad that keeps popping up is like him. He's got this now course out apparently. That's like learn to shred like Jordan Rudess in 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And like and then it's like the video that comes up is like the side by side video of Jordan Rudess like counting to 5, and like because apparently the song they're trying to shred over is in 5, and like it's the other side is this video of like this person who's clearly been playing for like 6 months or whatever, trying to shred like Jordan Rudess, and this is like 25 different ones.
Is the claim you can just like pick up the keyboard right now and shred in 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe you can.
Maybe he figured it out. Maybe Jordan figured it out.
Yeah. You don't have the course. You don't know.
That's true.
That's right.
I have not purchased the course.
I can't play keys at all. Maybe I will purchase the course.
There we go.
And in 2 months, you and I'll have a keyboard off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then will you judge that, Ty? Can you judge?
I will be the judge of that.
Right.
There is some weird crossover with like self-help and like music industry or like music teaching that feels unhealthy right now online. I don't know, man. It's starting to get like, you're not going to shred like Jordan Rudess in however many months, and like it'll be your fault somehow. You know,
right? Yeah.
I don't know if that's healthy. Proper expectations, people.
Yeah, I'll kind of bounce off that for my rant. There's this really great guitar player, and I won't name him, but he studied with a jazz legend guitar player for years and years, and probably knows his technique the most intimately. And he's published a lot of books on that technique, and they have a whole thing, and it's like, backed by the original artist and everything. And awesome playing, like he puts videos online, and you're like, wow, this guy has got it down, and he's a pretty good teacher too, at least from the YouTube videos. But all his books, like each volume is like $100.
Ooh.
Which,
nice.
if it's worth that much, like go, yeah, totally. I'm not, doing that. But, so people like on the guitar forums or whatever will kind of ask about it or be like, oh man, $100, and which reasonable questions. This guy will come on the forums and just be like, well, apparently you just don't want to succeed in life.
Oh,
boom. And
cool.
like, just
cool
like,
vibe.
just the most like, whoa,
Cool
dude.
vibe.
Okay.
Cool
okay.
vibe.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, dude, get your money, $100. It probably is worth $100. If you want to play exactly like that, he did the work. He did years of work to put that out, but like, just ignore the trolls then, and just be like,
yeah,
if you want it,
but
get
he,
it.
like succeed, get good at guitar, succeed at life. I know a lot of good guitar players that are not succeeding at life. I'm not sure if that's
that's another thing.
I'm not sure if that's a direct correlation right there.
It's funny, that kind of vibe reminds me of like when I was 18. I needed like a summer job, and so I applied for some random shit, and I went to like this mass interview thing at a Cutco Knives thing. I'm sure you all heard the Cutco Knives thing.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that like an MLM thing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think it's a little different. I don't
gross.
actually know, but it weirded me out, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. So I technically I said everything as fast as I could to get the fuck out of there because it weirded me out. And then the guy called me later, and he was like, "So you're accepting, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I'm actually just gonna try and do music." And he's like, "Oh, okay. So you want to be a loser the rest of your life and serve me my coffee?" that was literally the sentence he said to me.
Cool energy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
People are weird.
Yeah, the human condition, man.
The answer to that is maybe.
Exactly.
I would rather do that than work for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
that would be a better response.
Yeah. Oh man. On a lighter note, Jake, what have you been listening to lately? Anything good?
Yeah, I played a gig on Orcas Island, the Orcas Island Jazz Festival, and I carpooled there and back with a dude named Ben Thomas, the Vibes player.
Vibraphone? Yeah. I know Ben.
Yeah, he's super cool, super chill. And he runs like the Ben Thomas Tango project. And Tango is something I always like kind of wanted to check out, but like I never knew where to start. So I asked him, it's like, hey, who's like the Antonio Carlos Jobim of Tango? And he answered Astor Piazzolla. And the album Zero Rush Hour. Oh my God, I should have looked this up beforehand. I forgot.
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah. So, and I listened to that album, and it was really, really good.
Oh, okay. What kind of like? Is it like classic Tango?
Super ultra classic.
Okay, cool. Sounds dope.
Yeah. We went to Argentina, Buenos Aires on a Joss tour this summer, and I've been there a few times, and always try to go out to this tango show that they have there at one of the fancy hotels. But but leading up to it, I just listened to as much just classic tango stuff as possible. Man, it's such a vibe.
It's so cool, dude. And
it's such a vibe.
The album is 0 Hour.
0 Hour. Okay, I'm writing that down.
In the 80s, 1986.
What's the guy's name again?
Astor Piazzolla.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I need more tango in my life. I'll have to check that out.
Dude, it's super cool. Yeah, it's a great vibe.
It's passionate music, man. One of the most burning things I ever saw was it's not an accordion, it's the button thing. It's just like a little...
Bandoneon? Is that what that is?
Yes, I think that's what it is. This tango band, the show that I would always go try to watch, had two players of that, two guys in there with it. And at one point, it broke down and did like, they gave him like, 8-bar solo kind of thing. And it was just like all the music. It was like influenced by everything. Prog, jazz, swing, blues. It was just like all this stuff played on this little squeeze box thing. And like I was there with the Katy Perry band, which are no slouches, and we were all there, and we're a little drunk. And so the guy comes up, plays 8 bars of just improvised fire, and we all just stood up and went like, just lost our minds. We're like, that was incredible, and it was
wow,
it was incredible.
Oh,
yeah. So anyway, great. Tango's not playing, man.
All right.
No, they don't fuck around.
I got to get on my tango. I don't know any
amazing
tango.
musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I bet.
Totally.
I've been listening. Speaking of Nashville chicken picking,
here we go.
Dwight Yoakam, second album, Hillbilly Deluxe. Because I've been trying to play more country guitar lately, and it's really hard. And Dwight, it's very, very hard. But Dwight Yoakam's awesome. Love his songs. But producer, guitar player Pete Anderson, I believe is his name.
Oh yeah, Pete. I've met Pete. Yeah, he's an LA guy.
Really? Interesting. He's got all those chicken picking chops, but like he plays some super weird like dissonant stuff, and it's like it's very like weighty.
Yeah, can I tell you a Pete story?
Please do.
I come to think of it, I never met him, but he asked me about going on tour with him.
Oh, really?
Doing his thing, which was kind of like an organ trio thing.
Oh, cool.
But he gave me maybe the worst pitch for a tour I've ever heard in my life. He's like, listen, we're going to be in a van. We're going to be sleeping all together in a hotel room. It doesn't pay shit. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. And I'm like, wait, hold on.
God.
It was a whole long process and of just like everything he said about the tour. I was like, no, I don't want to do. I
remember doing those tours in my early 20s.
I was going to say, like, he's a very successful older person.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
His kick was just like, that's just kind of like how he liked to do his own thing.
No shit. Well, hey.
He just wanted to like load the band up in a van and just go around and just play these shows, small theater kind of things, and just everybody be miserable, I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
I politely declined.
Yes.
Well, it was also one of those. It was also one of those gig offers to where like, okay, hey, would you be interested in this? And this is exactly how I want you to play too.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're like,
I like left hand bass to be this, and I like this and that real specific stuff, and I'm just like. This relationship isn't progressing. But thank you for the considerations.
Wow, very nice.
All right, so maybe not the best band leading ideas, but his playing is great.
But his playing is interesting though, right?
Yeah, it's very bizarre for especially that like 90s country stuff where like everyone else was very clean and just ripping, and is that, but like a lot of off-kilter dissonant stuff in there that he sneaks in. It's really cool. I like it a lot. So
interesting musician.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Ty? Anything you've been checking out lately? You want to? recommend?
The last thing I listened to was the Julian Lage album.
God, he's
probably
a
hip to
God.
that, and that's delightful. It's delightful. It's great.
Definitely.
But I'll be honest, man. Since Joey DeFrancesco died, I've just been listening to like a lot of Joey D, man.
Yeah,
just kind of like going back to the, going back to it, and so I've just been listening to a lot of organ stuff from Joey. That's what I've been listening to. I just got to be honest. I don't know if it's hip or anything, but like it's where I'm at.
I don't think you can go wrong with any Joey.
Right? No, Joey's nasty.
And that's the thing. Like pick an album, I'm like, nah, they're all Joey.
Yeah, they're all Joey. Yeah, usually we'll like link to an album. We just link to a Spotify artist page, dude.
Yeah,
seriously.
If you like blindfold yourself and like try and touch your phone somewhere, you're gonna hit a good song, you know?
Exactly. It's that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
So,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ty. I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, guys.
Again, we'll post your Insta and everything on the site so people can check you out. And thank you so much for talking to us and sharing all your experience and knowledge.
Yeah, thank you.
And call back to before we started talking, but I'll see you at the Royal Room when you guys have to write some papers.
Oh, sounds good, bro. Awesome. All right. This is Music Sucks and I Want to Die. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever the fuck you want to listen to podcasts. Do it and leave us like a super awesome review because we deserve it. God damn it.
That's right.
Yeah. Also follow us on Twitter at Music Sucks Cast because we think we're funny. I'm Jake.
I'm Matt.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
All right,
bye.
Thank you.
Don't you do what you